There's a war going on, the books can't escape from the team. Call the morning steam, it's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
And a pleasant good morning to you from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Monday, December 9th, as we have, well, a brief show, to say the least, here today with a very small card, but maybe we'll talk about every game here today, because that's all we got is 3 in the National Hockey League, 1 in the NBA, 5 games in college basketball, and a little Monday Night Football tonight. Hey, maybe tonight would be a good night to watch a cartoon version of the game, like we're going to get with the Cowboys and the Bengals. No flex, because we've been planning ahead to have a little feature over on Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, with the little Simpsons characters playing out the game. I don't know. Maybe I'll check it out here tonight with this one with the Bengals and the Cowboys. But because of the pre-production aspects of it, they have to, plan well ahead. Can't flex out of this one. They've already kind of planned this one. So, it's a little gimmicky, but I guess we'll take it on a night like tonight. Hey, we don't need many games tonight after last night's results. We pretty much smashed this card last night in all sports combined. With our premium pick selections. The show picks were a little rough around the edges there yesterday. How did you guys do on NFL Sunday? What a Sunday we had with some crazy results there, and hope you were able to catch me last night over there across the street over with Jimmy the Bag and the guys over at PSR. We had some fun watching the Chargers lose to the Chiefs. They got the money. We knew they would get the money, right? We had them here on the show as our selection there. They actually lost a premium pick there. What was I thinking with the over when everyone was pretty much going with the under in that game? Just a little bit slow going there with that Chargers offense still. They really just don't have any receivers, and it was a little bit evident there, but they still made a heck of a game out of it and almost pulled it off because, well, that's what the Chiefs do. They do just enough to win. They weren't impressive. They needed what did they call it? A doink division, I think is what Mike Tirico called it, as the ball caromed in off the upright for their kicker, number 49. I said over there on the show last night, well, you know what? Number 49 is your kicker. If you're going to have a big number, you better be wearing 98 or something, right? But 49 kicked it in, and the Chiefs won the game last night over the Chargers with that last-second field goal, 19-17. The Chiefs became the first team ever to win back-to-back 19-17 games. And you're talking about the worthless statistics department, but I guess it was the first time that ever happened. Chargers fall to 8-5. I still think they're in the playoffs. Here would take a disaster, but 4 field goals for Matthew Wright, so they did give him a little game ball, I think, there at the end, even though the last one kind of squeaked in. Remember the regular kicker for the Chiefs, Harrison Butker. He's off in MAGA land right now, rehabilitating an injury. So they didn't have him, but he was able to get the job done. Mahomes was on the ground a few times last night, but so was Justin Herbert. He's gotten sacked a lot this year. Chargers having pretty much some issues at left tackle, looks like, for sure. But Chargers don't have any, big play potential. It really is what it is. They almost had one big bomb and they couldn't connect there. But, you got Herbert. He's still very good quarterback, obviously, making his receivers a little bit better. And the Chargers lose last night to the Chiefs. Hello to everyone in the chat, my chat all-stars. Hopefully you guys are coming in here today to check me out. We've got 3 dozen of you in here right now. I don't know what you're doing here other than maybe we'll get a few previews, but I was going to take a victory lap with some winners last night here on the Sports Money Network, or I should say, like I said, on my premium picks. Hello and good morning too. Andrew G was here today. First off, hello. And here's Cash Kane ready to roll. And here's my main man, Dave. Here, what is he saying here? The Chiefs are the luckiest team. I think they know it too, don't they? And Dave said, what else is going on? He says, what about tonight? Let's see if Joey B's defense can help him out this evening, because so far they haven't done squat. They're taking on the Cowboys here tonight, right? We don't really know who could win this. Bengals a big road favorite here. Who's going to trust him in that role? But all right, and let's see here. Dave says, the transformer went out and it's too late for a show. Holy mono. Okay. Awesome. Dave Joe T is here today. And here's my other main man, Thomas Lewis. He'll be here today. We'll try to see if we can get some type of consensus pick together. Look, you guys beat me to it yesterday. You guys had the winner yesterday on the Buccaneers over the Oh no, you guys had the Buccaneers yesterday over the Raiders. I was kind of touting the Raiders in that game. We didn't go with them here on the show, but consensus winner was on the Buccaneers yesterday. Also, the Dolphins, the consensus play winner from you guys yesterday as well over the Jets. Hey, better lucky than good with the Dolphins getting that win last night and covering most likely the 5.5 point spread. Maybe it was 6 for some people, but the Dolphins get the cover in overtime for Team Steam consensus. Now, there was one play where the Team Steam consensus, which one? Oh, man, I know we had one where I think I had the other team, but now I'm trying to remember what it was. I'd have to check my notes here on that last night. Let's go over some of this NFL action. Let me say hello to a few more folks. Thank you for joining me here today. Joe Alvarado here today. And Matt D, hello. He says the Chiefs luck got to run out in the playoffs sometime here. Cliff Floyd, hello. He says he had a rough weekend. We don't like to hear that. Philly Eagle Flyer here today as well. Thomas says good coaching, hard to find, right? And the Chargers out coached the Chiefs last night. They just didn't have enough to get the win there yesterday. But the Chiefs aren't good at making adjustments, is what it looks like. While the Chargers, they might have some shortcomings there on the field, but they are able to adjust on the fly a little bit. So it looked like the better coaching staffs were on the Chargers last night. Curtis Mann is here today as well. And let's see here. Jermaine says it should have went over last night. Maybe so, but never felt like it was going to go over once the game was going, other than maybe that first part of the game there a little bit. Redbeard's tired of the Chiefs always getting there somehow. And let's see, Dave says, talking about Sean Payton here. People think he's a jerk, they said, but just as good as Andy Reid, he says. R. Thompson, good morning, and thank you for joining me here. Thomas, I think, is he looking at the well, we're in Jerry's world, so we're not too worried about the weather there, right? Or maybe he's talking about in Ohio today. There, let's see, Daniel. Hello, he's got little prop action here. Thank you, Daniel. And let's see if we got any more to say hello to here. Handoff game to completion. So like that. Thank you for joining me there. And good morning to Daniel there. Philly Eagle Flyer. Hey, maybe we can drum up a little soccer action here today on the show, or maybe in the premium picks, right? We've got the Monday night features with uh, Wolverhampton and West Ham, Udinese and Monza, Espanyol and Getafe in Spain. So maybe I'll pick a few soccer games today because twiddling my thumbs here, waiting for something to do on this Monday night card. A really funky card tonight. All right. Let me cover a few more games tonight, see how you guys did over there yesterday. I thought the best game, of course, had to be the afternoon feature with the Bills and the Rams, reminiscent of some of those interconference shootouts between top contending teams that we've seen maybe over the last couple of years. It seems like every year for the last 3 or 4 years, we've had one or two games, especially involved. Remember the Rams and the Chiefs got involved in some hot action. You see one of these wild record-setting shootouts, and that's what you had with Stafford and Allen yesterday. The Rams jumped out to that big lead. The Bills fans were there, but the Rams fans were loud. They had a good portion of fans there. Maybe it was 50-50, but the Rams had the fans on their side, at least their supporters there yesterday, as the Rams were clicking early. Matthew Stafford, 320 yards, a furious Bills comeback in the second half. We had the Rams as a premium pick selection yesterday. Remember on the show, we said Nakua is set for a monster game, or maybe it was on Nuke the House yesterday. Hopefully you caught me over there talking about, I said Puka Nakua was set up for a monster game in that game, 162 yards. Cooper Kupp had 92 yards. Josh Allen, 420 yards of total offense in the game with basically 6 touchdowns, right? He rushed for 3, he passed for 3, still the MVP, it looks like to me, with that. And also we mentioned Khalil Shakir would have a big game, right? Set up to be the best receiver maybe in the Bills offense yesterday, 106 yards. There was 900 yards in the game as the Rams got it done for us here, as we had it as a premium pick selection. Hey, we had another premium pick winner yesterday with the Vikings Falcons game to go over. Yeah, I thought the Falcons would hang in there and get the cover, but they were really only in it for the first quarter. It seemed like yesterday, as Sam Darnold, 5 touchdowns. Jordan Addison was just as strong as Justin Jefferson. What a combo in the passing department in that game for the Vikings. The Falcons kind of nailed it in there a little bit yesterday as Minnesota improves to 11-2, and that's 4 straight losses now for the Falcons. And Kirk Cousins, no TDs again, passed for 300 yards, but couldn't get the end zone, 2 picks as the Vikings rolled over Atlanta. Hey, another winner here yesterday we had on the show was the Cardinals and the Seahawks game to go over yesterday. We gave it out as a winner here on the show with the Seahawks and Charbonnet. Good running there, 134 yards. He had 60 yards receiving, did a nice job, including that big 51-yarder. Geno Smith, 230 yards and 2 touchdowns. Kyler Murray, 2 picks in the loss, and the Seahawks said on the road, I'm said it again over on Nuke the House. I hope I'm not leaving my best content or saving my best content for that late Sunday morning show, but did talk about the Seahawks, being the better team probably in that game. They've got the real defense out of the 2 teams yesterday, and maybe they showed it with a pretty good performance, holding the Cardinals to 18 points at home. Certainly is more than the first time they met, but Seahawks get that win. We talked about the Jets and the Dolphins, but we did have the winner here on the show with the game total to go over. Like I said, you guys had the winner with the Dolphins. Nice job. Better lucky than good. I'll say it like that, but I guess you can say that when it comes to the New York Jets yesterday with Jonnu Smith, that 10-yard touchdown in overtime gets the cover, and two touchdowns, 330 yards. Tyreek looking good, 10 receptions, 115 yards, and the Dolphins keeping it rolling here a little bit. The Jets have lost 9 straight now to the Dolphins, despite Aaron Rodgers, 339 yards and a touchdown. Garrett Wilson, 100 yards receiving. Devontae Adams, 100 yards receiving, but the defense was absent. They've got some guys who kind of wrapped up their season, it looked like, for the Jets. So the Dolphins were able to get that win. Steelers and Browns. This was one we didn't have right, gang. We were on the Browns there yesterday, and they didn't have enough for the Steelers as the Steelers' dominance continued over the Browns, and Steelers improved to 10-3 with a 27-14 win behind Russell Wilson. A couple of touchdown passes, but it was a Steelers defense with 2 interceptions and 3 sacks. Cleveland did miss a couple of field goals in there. Jameis Winston had a couple of touchdown passes, but too little, too late. Steelers get the win over the Browns. That was probably our worst effort there yesterday. Eagles and Carolina. I had the winner here on the show going under yesterday with the Panthers and the Eagles. I did kind of tout the Panthers over there on Nuke the House yesterday, saying if the Panthers had any defense at all show up in this game, that they would be in the game, and they were. And how about the $3 million better yesterday that Circa announced they'd taken their largest bet they had ever taken at that facility, a $3 million money line bet on the Philadelphia Eagles. And if not for a drop pass there that should have been caught, hit the ground, it would have been a loss for that punter yesterday, as they won $425,000 with that money line bet. It was Saquon Barkley, another big game, 125 yards. Jalen Hurts, 165 yards of total offense and 2 touchdowns. Bryce Young, 191 yards. But I'm going to give him a little bit of credit again. I thought he was okay yesterday as his improvement continues. Good thing he had Adam Thielen with 9 catches, 100 yards. Philadelphia, though, 11-2. 49ers were a premium pick winner for us yesterday. We did have the winner on the show as well, saying go over with the Bears and the 49ers, but it was the Niners defense, really. 7 sacks, a fumble recovery. Brock Purdy got in there, sore arm and all, for 2 touchdown passes, 325 yards. George Kittle, 6 receptions, 150 yards. Caleb Williams, a couple of touchdown passes, but was the Niners getting it? I said over there on my appearance on Nuke the House channel, 49ers, if I'm getting the 49ers at what appears to be a contrarian favorite, I'm going to want the 49ers despite their injuries, right? The Bears are the ones that kind of took the money on the move a little bit to kind of take any value away from the Bears, as well as they have played, and handicappers were overwhelming on the Bears yesterday, but I went with the 49ers as a premium play, got the win also on the over here on the show. Also, yesterday with the Tampa Bay and the Raiders, that was a good one there by you guys, taking the Buccaneers. Great job, actually, taking the Bucs yesterday to beat the Raiders. They were the better team there as the Bucs continue to hopefully zero in for themselves on a division title, going to 7-6. The Raiders have still lost 9 in a row here right now. Baker Mayfield, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. Aiden O'Connell got the news last night. Season's going to be over, it looks like, for O'Connell. You've done barely a minimum job, but I did have some moments here the last couple of weeks looking like maybe he was the guy to at least guide the Raiders here the rest of the season, but he had a knee injury and he's going to miss the rest of the season, it looks like, here for the Raiders. So they'll just have to piece it together here a little bit down the stretch. They've got great weaponry, obviously, with their record-setting rookie tight end setting that record yesterday for the most receptions in a season by a rookie tight end, but still Raiders not getting it going here right now. We went over in the game, kind of tailing the popular pick there a little bit, but no chance to get that over. I took it on the chin here on the show. Titans and Jaguars. In this one, we did kind of miss on this one yesterday. I did say over there on the Nuke the House channel that maybe in a toss-up game I would prefer the Jaguars, but consensus went with the Titans yesterday, and it really wasn't a great game with Mac Jones getting the win despite 2 interceptions there. Tony Pollard, I think, was a star, 100 yards rushing in the game between a couple of teams that are now 3-10. Also, Giants and Saints. Hey, we had the premium pick winner with the New York Giants yesterday, believe it or not, somehow covering that game in a 14-11 game. We did say go under here on the show. The Saints blocked a field goal with that big man jumping over the line and making the block. A beautiful play with 11 seconds left in the game. Derek Carr, shoulder injury. He's been banged up so many times this year. You got to wonder if this is going to be it. He also may have broken his finger in the game. So we got to wonder, maybe that could be it for Carr, and that's obviously it for the Saints. They did get the win, though, over the Giants. Drew Lock did have 275 yards of total offense, but the Giants are winless at home. But we did sweep the game there yesterday. So, all right, I think that was all of them. And good picks for us yesterday here. Premium picks wise, anyway, we went 4-2. I guess I'm telling you about all these wins. We did just go only 4-2 with our premium picks here on the yesterday anyway. So let me see here if we got any more. We had a lot of winners in the other sports, no doubt about it. And one of my best days here since I've been on the Sports Money channel there. Let's see here. Tony Smith is here today. Hello and good morning. Also, Jermaine says take Cooper Rush under his completions today. And glad to have Tony here joining us. Let's see here. Thomas says the Rams they've been looking okay here a little bit. Trap God says Allen has to be the MVP. Ramon there. Dave says Rodgers can retire here. All right. Nuke, hello and good morning. Great job by Nuke last night on the show. We had some fun. Those guys were giving me a hard time, man. They were really, and I was getting offended a little bit. They were talking bad about others. Not Nuke here. Well, except Nuke doesn't like NBA. And maybe he liked my joke there at the end. I said, hey, with all the money that Juan Soto signed for yesterday, I guess the biggest story in sports yesterday, the record-setting signing by Juan Soto late last night. We were able to kind of almost break the news. I mean, we weren't officially breaking the news, but we were right there when it happened yesterday. But I did say later, I said, well, with Juan Soto's contract, they could pay all the WNBA contract salary cap for the next 39 years for all 13 teams. So I will come around on that one at least with Juan Soto getting that record deal yesterday. Wow, good luck to the Mets. They strike me as a team. Remember, they've done it before with the big contract. I know it's a different generation, but they were the Bobby Bonilla. They were the Bobby Bonilla team, right? Are they still paying Bobby Bonilla? So, all right. Let's see. There are Tom's talking Niners, talking her Niners a little bit, and thank you, Nuke, for that as well. And Nuke said, just like I said, don't question me even if I'm wrong. I'm right. And Matt said, will Shador end up with the Raiders? Let's see. Matt D. Here's the other, baseball's a joke. Matt, the only thing baseball is going to be a bigger joke for is, well, you know what? If you're going to pay Juan Soto $750 million or whatever it is, you better let him bat more than once in the ninth inning, right? So maybe that's what's going on here. If we're going to start giving these guys close to $1 billion, we better let them bat 2 or 3 times in the 9th inning. We'll just have him go up there over and over again until he hits a home run with the golden at bat. That's the first time I've mentioned the golden at bat on this show. Wanted to mention it for days, but it's so stupid that I was embarrassed to make it a real topic. But I don't know. It seems to be on my timeline every day. Do you guys want to see a golden at bat? There ain't a baseball fan in the world that wants to. I've barely come around on some of these rules, and you know what? I'm going to give Manfred the credit in a few things, including the pitch clock. Everyone's kind of obeying that a little bit, and I don't know, pitch clock. That seems like a pretty decent idea. The increased size of the bases a little bit. That seemed like a pretty good idea too. The shift, still think you should be able to play your defense wherever you'd like to play them, but as long as all the teams are in line with it, and I don't know, it still seems like the player sometimes cheats over the middle of the. But come on, the golden at bat, that was the biggest joke of the week. All right. Philly Eagle Flyers, talking a little bit more soccer today. And with our games, like I said, I'm going to try to get a premium out in soccer. I'm going to handicap these games here today because we don't got a lot of games to look at. So I hope you don't mind me just talking here a little bit. Jermaine doesn't even like the pitch clock. I can live with the pitch clock, Oh, and the other one, right, Jermaine, not only on the but the. And you know what? I'm even okay now in thinking in hindsight, maybe a little bit with putting the runner at second base in extra innings. I still think they should do it maybe after the, after the 12th inning, maybe, or maybe even 1 inning of regular before putting because, you think about it and you're like, that's so non-traditional, but we do alleviate or make the other sports tie-breaking procedures a smaller sample, right? With NFL, we play 10 minutes and we have the little rule of the walk-off touchdown thing, even though people don't like that too much. But also in hockey, right, we do the overtime rules with the shorter personnel on the ice and then the shootout. So, maybe in baseball, that's the little concession there a little bit. And lower the mounds. Here, remember when Bob Gibson was. I don't even remember when Bob Gibson was pitching, but the mound was really way higher. So, hey, William Dryman, thanks, William, for pointing out my winners here a little bit. We've got a few minutes, so I do want to touch on it if you allow me or indulge folks, and picking up on a few more winners here for me yesterday, as I want to try to, hey, if it's going to be a slow day, let me at least try to sell some of these packages here. I am a paid tout after all. Here. So, hey, NHL, we continued our roll last night with a couple of winners with the Utah Hockey Club premium pick winner yesterday over Philadelphia. Also, we had Calgary and Dallas game to go over as a premium pick. Islanders and Senators, I think we did have a push on that one. Some may have gotten a win. I don't think so. But 6 goals in the game there yesterday. Picks on the show were kind of we did have the Avalanche over the Devils and the Stars on the puck line yesterday as well, for a few winners here on the show. Also NBA, though, lots of winners here in the NBA yesterday. In fact, 5-1 yesterday with our premium picks over at winnable.com. I'll tell you about it here with the Charlotte Hornets. We also had a lot of picks on the show come through. We had the Charlotte Hornets as our premium pick winner yesterday. We had the Denver Nuggets to roll the Atlanta Hawks. They did just that. Also, premium pick winner with the Cavaliers and the Heat game to go over. We gave the Heat out here on the show. We also gave out the Brooklyn Nets on the show over Milwaukee yesterday. Also, premium pick winner Orlando Magic over the Phoenix Suns, and they got it done. We had the winner on the show here yesterday also on the under. We had the Memphis Grizzlies yesterday yesterday on the show here over Washington, and we had the Pelicans here on the show against the Spurs. They probably got the money there for most bettors, as the Spurs ended up 5.5 or so on a 5-point win. Also, premium pick winner Timberwolves and Warriors game to go over yesterday, and I think we also had the Rockets Clippers game to go over. Remember, I said, well, I've been rolling these Clippers under, but I'll take the over in that one. And so really good day. Also, college basketball did have some nice picks here on the show, like Oklahoma State over Seton Hall. We whiffed on that Maryland Purdue game. I think we got the push on the side, but we went under on the show, trying to fade that steam. That was a bad call. But also Kansas and Missouri. Pardon me, does go under, but we did have some premium pick winners, including Rice and Texas State game to go over yesterday. Premium pick winner. We also had Memphis and Arkansas game to go over as a premium pick winner. Remember, we said on the show, we said, well, when I mentioned that the steam came in on the over, I said, well, Arkansas State's done pretty well in that series with Memphis. They got the outright upset there last night. And I did say, watch out for Connecticut. I think everybody's quick to bury Connecticut. I thought they looked pretty good against Texas there yesterday. We also gave out UCLA here on the show yesterday for a show winner. And also we had Duke and Louisville under. So, yeah, I had a pretty good day here yesterday, and I don't know if we can duplicate it today given this short card, but we'll try. Let's see who else we have here in the chat. We probably could start the show. I just feel like I'm just happy to have 50 of you in here today, so I want to keep talking because I've got you here on a day where there's really not much sports going on. All right. Jermaine says after one inning we could do that. Yeah, yep. Philly Eagle Flyer. That was the thing about the shift. Look, we've already done a great job analytically with the little guys bringing out their little cards, seeing where to play. I love that part of the game where the defense seems to play right where they're supposed to be. Here, Jermaine says you got to give the other team a chance with the ball, with a touchdown there, right? It's funny because you remember the overtime game they had in the college football game on Saturday, and so much can be determined by that coin flip when you don't have the second possession, right? And we know the traditional coin flip is to let the ball hit the ground, but it was funny in the overtime in the SEC championship game, they were actually complimenting the referee, the way he took charge of the coin flip. And if you've ever been out to a coin flip, I say it like that, we all see it a million times, right? But because the camera out there, but I like the coin flip. I'm an old prep high school reporter, and ever since the technology come in, we'd go out there with the phones a little bit and record the coin flip. But the coin is, I always thought, supposed to hit the ground, and the coin flip in the SEC game, even though Mr. Boss referee kind of flips it up, does the old catcheroo, right? And he's like, and then it looks like he's gonna go like this, and then he shows it, right? Shouldn't be allowed to catch the coin. I think the coin should hit the ground because it looked like he was like, oh, I can see it, and I'll just go like this if I want Texas or whatever. Cash Kane here, and also googly-eyed ring girl is here, flirty as well. And let's see, anything else before we get started? I don't know what we're gonna do. Maybe this should have been a day off. They're complimenting me over there, coming here every day and doing a show. This probably should have been a day we take off. But let me just ramble a little bit. Hopefully it's okay with you guys. Ronnie Young's here. And we'll get to the picks here today with our show. Thanks, everybody. Hey, what they're talking about with my strong day yesterday, no doubt about it. If you add up all those premium picks from yesterday, I did go here 13 wins, 4 losses, and 1 tie yesterday with my premium picks over at winnable.com. And unlike some of those other tout sites or people who pay, charge for their selections. I just do it as a token amount, and I charge just $20 a month for maybe my average size package here. That's 67 cents a day. But if you use a promo code STEAM, you'll get 20% off. It's about 50 cents a day. This is how you support me on the show, actually, coming back every day. Yeah, we want to win. I want to win. And you know what? They always say, hey, if you're so good, why wouldn't you just bet your games and not, you know, charge people for the picks? Well, because I don't have any friends and I want to come here and try to drum up some interest in me and showboat a little bit and meet some people or virtually have friends anyway watching me. We get over 300 views now per show, and that really makes me excited. For someone with no life, no wife, no girlfriend, no kids, never been married to the game. So why not join me over at winnable.com and get my picks here? I try to give some great picks on the show, but I really do save my best picks for this paywall, and you can get that extra content over at winnable.com. It is a browser-based appearance, so you can get it on your phone or on your computer and get more picks from me. So what I do is I give out a bunch of picks here on the show, but then I put my best picks over there at winnable.com, and I think we proved that yesterday with a 13-4-1 day. So please check me out there over at Winnable. There's also a free subscription package where I send out some alternative sports and some main sports too. If it's a big card and maybe the game time is a little awkward, don't include something in my main card, I'll put it up on the free package, and hopefully I can get a little bit more going there with the free package there. We had our UFC picks over the weekend and a great show by the guys covering it on UFC 310 here, and we're UFC centric here on the channel, so I sent out my card on Saturday and we swept that main card with 5 straight wins. Yeah, we had some rough go on the undercard there yesterday. In fact, one was a little bit of a ugly decision there. I got beat on that Brown and Battle fight on Saturday night, but you get my full card predictions here, and we got more action here this week in the UFC. So check me out over at winnable.com. Spend an extra second or two on this to let you know how it totally works. And again, please just join me, and this is how you support me here on the channel. Got a lot of subscribers over there right now. In fact, I think when you look at my picks over there, it shows you how many people have viewed it. Now, I know that maybe they view it kind of once or twice during the day or something, but this is what it looks like when it calls it up there, and you can get the subscription down here, Apple Pay, Google Pay, and we also have, like I said, a free subscription just to get you signed up there, and then maybe you can get the free pick, and sometimes I put a little tease down there, and you go over to the premium picks section, but the premium picks do come up there, and you can see how it appears, for example, with our 5-0-1 NBA card, and you can see how many people actually look at it. So you can see 38 people. This is in the paid package, so yeah, it's not it's pretty decent, I think, but we can get more. And hey, it would really help me out too in coming on the show, coming here every day to the show. Remember, I used to be on the other network over there. They have 45,000 subscribers, and I'd charge $25, $35, $45 for my picks, and that's good business. I don't think it wasn't, but that's high-end boutique picks for players that are betting, upwards of a nickel a game. I don't think the average bettor is like that. I think you are the average, I'm the average bettor. You might be an average bettor. Yeah, you might step up to the plate with some big bets, but I'm a volume player, and I play the landscape of sports betting. I'm not good enough to give out 2 or 3 picks, quite frankly. So I try to play a big percentage and hope that my knowledge of the sports, all the sports, because I'm a multi-sport handicapper, just trusting my numbers and going with it each day. So thank you for listening to all that. I don't do it a lot, but again, kind of a slow day, and want to tell everyone how it works. With you get the notifications, and it comes right to your phone. You can never miss a pick with me over there. All right, you guys, we're good talking here about the sports today. Thank you again for joining me and being a great supporter. of me here on the Sports Money Network, the fastest growing sports betting channel on YouTube. And let's see here. Anybody else? Thank you for all the nice comments today. We're just taking it easy today. And googly-eyed ring girl wants a little steam. Morgan Spooner's here today. And our Tom's always here being very supportive as well. Cash Kane, subscribe to our channel. And Philly Eagle Flyer says, help me in the college football. I guess that's another thing we didn't necessarily cover here, but it was a big story yesterday. In fact, we were on the air. I was on the air with Holden Kushner over on the Nuke the House channel in real time, I guess you could say, breaking down the college football playoff. Let me see if I can decipher here, though, what Philly Eagle Flyer saying. Why are they in such a crazy? So here's what's happened. I hope I get this right, Philly Eagle Flyer. So what's happened, of course, is the four top teams, Oregon, Georgia, Boise, and Arizona State, get a bye, and then the remaining 8 teams play each other to go face those teams that have a bye. Kind of weird, right? Because it doesn't quite make sense that some of these teams, or 4 of the teams, will be rewarded with a home game, even though they're not even in the top 4. The top 4 don't get the pleasure of a home game, but they do get the bye, obviously. They go right into the bowl games in the next round. The next round of the playoffs, when they get it down to the 8 teams, are bowl games. And then they go into the final games. So it did come out with Texas and Penn State 5-6, Notre Dame and Ohio State 7-8, Tennessee and Indiana 9-10, SMU and Clemson 11-12. Alabama didn't make it because of their 3 losses despite playing the toughest schedule. And that's what got me all riled up last night with my buddy Sean there across the Sean on the show. We were talking about some other things, but I think the point was being made by Sean that kind of set me off a little bit, was the way that we're going about it and why we're picking teams like Boise State to be the number 3 seed. When if you ran this through a computer, I promise you Boise State would not be anywhere close to a 3 seed. And you can do it. I mean, there is a way to do it. In fact, I see Dave in there always talking high school football with me on our gambling show. But here's the thing, right? I think Dave pointing out one of the teams that me and Dave follow actually was left out of the playoffs in our little section down here in San Diego, and ended up they're in the state championship game this week because some team backed out. So there was a problem maybe with the computer there. But you also have some other teams from our little high school section. One team went 0-10 in their regular season, still qualified for the playoffs because of the strength of schedule. Now, why would an 0-10 team be eligible for? Because they played a tough schedule and they ran it through a computer that kind of weighed the wins and losses between everybody through an algorithm and made them eligible for the playoffs. Now, if you want to set a rule that say, hey, you got to have a 500 record, well, then everyone's going to load up on cupcakes, right? And that's what is going to happen with the SEC. We already know they load up on a bunch of cupcakes, but they're going to do it even more. Here, there won't be any teams doing any of those, opening one game against a good team just to see where we stand. It'll be a race to try to scoop up all the Charleston Southerns of the world. Oh, I don't know, that bad example, but you don't want that. So you really got to trust these computers, and for a committee to say, look at us, we know better than everybody else. I said the job of a committee, I think this is maybe what set people off over there last night with getting on my case, was, maybe what we need to do is not have the, more computers, please, and less committee. It feels like everyone wants to do a favor, or, why these 20 people know better than the consensus of the world a little bit, or the lands, of college football. I'll tell you who should really set the rankings and matchups. bookmakers, right? Just do that, pay attention to the odds. Yeah, okay, maybe they have to alter their odds for some money, but I don't think they intentionally do that, actually. If they take a hit, they might have to, but I think when the bookmakers issue the odds, they're pretty much thinking this is why the odds are there when talking about futures odds. So, all right, I think I'm done here, but I thought they were giving me a hard time. I felt like I was on the defensive last night, but um, maybe I was just a little bit obnoxious. All right, who else? I think that's it. Let's go to the games, man. There's only a few of them here. Look, Morgan says, "Give me the winners in these games here." We're going to preview every single college basketball game we got here. So Justin McKelvey says, "Bye, Alabama." Here's Dabby. He says that he does think that more. I think that he's agreeing. More computers. We need more. And okay, here's what it would happen. And this is what I think Sean was saying. He doesn't want to have happen. Is then we're going to end up with all SEC. What he said on Twitter last night, Mr. Higgs, was, what then SEC? Why don't you just go over and have your own tournament? We do have our own tournament. It's the national championship. Why don't all the smaller teams that really aren't better go over and do their own tournament? Because, and again, I think NIL will change for everybody. I think it will allow teams. Yes, maybe the monster teams will pay the money. That's why I think you see a team like SMU. They're willing to buy. Remember, SMU. They were the only team that got the death penalty, right? Really in college football, because they paid the Pony Express back in the day. Now they can do it legally. SMU likes to spend a little money on athletics. Saw them immediately in the title game in the ACC, right? Even one of the controversial teams for not getting in the playoff there a little bit. So. All right, gang, appreciate that. Or not, I mean, they're in the playoff, but I mean, that's, maybe why. Who knows? Do you really think SMU is going to be able to beat a team like Alabama? Maybe you do. That's fair. All right. Here's Billy Mack. Yesterday, I was in trouble, man, there. And all right, you gang. Thanks, you guys, for Dave hate. Now, Dave hates the computers. He likes the committees like this. He likes the way committees come together and, show off their knowledge to all of us, embarrassing us here a little bit of our analytics people with everything. Dave does not like he doesn't, for example, think that 0-10 team, even though they're in the state championship game, should be in the playoffs, period. So, all right. And Dabby said maybe 6 teams. I think here's the thing I think with this year, though, and people said, maybe there's too many in this 12, and now we're probably going to end up with 16 because of this situation that's occurred here. I don't know if they can do it next year. I think they might be in a 2-year window here that they have to do this format. But, the more the merrier, more games, hopefully less head injuries, but all right, I'm ready to start the show, you guys. Thanks for I've talked almost 45 minutes without previewing a game. That's got to piss people off. So let's get rolling here with the show right now and get on with the games here with the Monday Night Football game tonight with the Cincinnati Bengals and the Dallas Cowboys. So come on, if we're going to have an ugly schedule, give us a premium matchup. But maybe, like I said, we can watch the Simpsons version of the game. Maybe it'll be the fast feed. And we'll get the plays. That's one thing about joining the guys on the show is I've got a slow feed. I've said maybe I should go to the digital antenna, but I need Nuke to call out the play before it happens. I don't like to wait. And let's roll here with the Bengals and the Cowboys. Try to make something of this ugly matchup here, certainly. But nonetheless, you got Joey B coming in here in this one. The Bengals have lost 3 straight coming into this game. They've had some pretty bad defense here of late. They've gone over in 9 of their last 11 games overall. The Bengals are 3-0 against the spread as a road favorite this year. Talk about a team that has a loss of identity. They only cover here pretty much, it feels like, when they're on the road as a favorite this season. They're not very good, this team. It's been a lost season for the most part, which is kind of unfortunate because I don't know. Some people say that Joey B might be playing if he had any support at all. He's almost playing at an MVP level, or maybe just at a level as far above the rest of what the rest of the team is doing. And he's been actually the one that's kind of salvaged some of their wins here a little bit. But they're in a little bit of a funk right now, especially defensively, because they've certainly scored plenty of points. With Joey B doing a pretty outstanding job this season. The Bengals are 10-5 in their last 15 games as a road favorite against the spread. They're also 9-3-2 against the spread in their last 14 non-conference games. Bengals are 21-11 against the spread in their last 32 games coming off of a loss. It's just that in close games this season is where the Bengals really haven't been able to do much, is what it feels like here. But for the Cowboys with Cooper Rush at quarterback, and well, maybe we can go back to the stat a little bit that Cooper Rush is 7-3 as an NFL starter here. Everybody talks about the games that he won, in his previous stint when he was forced into duty here, but it hasn't looked maybe quite like that quarterback. Dallas 1-5 against the spread at home. This 1-5 straight up and against the spread at home so far this season. While the Bengals, it's almost like Bengals on the road is how you want to play it. And Cowboy, you want to play the Cowboys here at all this season. It feels like with their poor spread numbers, 3-6 against the spread as an underdog. Dallas has gone over in 5 of their 6 home games this year, and they're not running the ball very well at all. Go ahead, gang, if you want to chime in this one. Cowboys have won the last 5 meetings between the two teams, but they only play once every few years. So I don't know if there's much into that. Cowboys did win here the last 2 meetings, 20-19 and 30-7, and the unders come in 6 of 7 meetings, but I'm not into it. I'm not into that necessarily here. I will say handicappers here preferring Dallas here tonight as a home underdog, saying nobody is probably willing to trust the Bengals. I don't know. I've got Joey B in my pocket. I'll take him to get the win and the cover here against this bad Dallas team. Look, Burrow is playing at a very high level. It's just not getting very much support. So I'm going to ride Joey B here tonight to maybe get us the cover with the Bengals, as Dallas has been pretty much a joke here. I still think the maybe even the chat will support Dallas here in this one, but I kind of like the fact that the Bengals, like I said, 5-1 against the spread on the road. Cowboys 1-5 against the spread at home. It's a tough ask to win this game and cover a full touchdown. I know that. Let's see what you guys have, but I'm going to try the Bengals here tonight. I think most are going to be on Dallas. Let's see what you got in the chat. And thank you if you're here today, I don't know if we're here waiting on Ramon. We need Ramon's pick so bad in the Abilene Christian game. I don't think that's what it's about. I think we're just hanging out today, so appreciate all of you here. And we'll do a consensus play, hopefully here. Let's see what you got. Even if it's a 2-teamer, we did not win the consensus parlay again yesterday, but just felt bad on Saturday we didn't have a consensus play. All right, anything else here? See if we got T. Higgins. Let me look at I'm going to look at the players here tonight too, right? We've got to look at the players here. We've got only one game and not much of a card, so I think Joey B. I think Cooper Rush. I mean, this Bengal defense isn't anything special either. So the total is my premium pick. Hint, hint. Justin will be with me on the Bengals here, and let's see. Daniel likes team total over. I think this is Bengals. Yep, I think this is Bengals for sure. Joey B to get some rushing yards here. Thomas will take Dallas and the points in this one. So I think algorithms and so here's what happened on Dave knows, with our high school, Dave and I, our high school teams that we cover, the people that produce the algorithm said, hey, the guys in San Diego misused the algorithm to let their crummy teams in the playoffs. They didn't even use our numbers. All right. And no, Nuke, remember, that's what I said. They can do some flexing well in advance on Monday, but this game just had the special production that was necessary because it's they have an animated game on another channel. So I know that probably shouldn't take precedent over a championship schedule, but again, I think the flex is for the fans, and this is supposed to be for the fans tonight to watch the game in a cartoon fashion. And hey, don't we all love The Simpsons? I know Nuke Worker likes The Simpsons because of Springfield and Homer. So I know nuclear factory workers have a special place in their heart for The Simpsons. So we're going to get the animated feature tonight. The Bengals can't tackle. AOD is here today. And let's see who else. Hello to C. James here as well. And anything else with you guys interested in this game? Thank you for being here. Bengals need to outscore them over, says Dave in this one. AOD says, take the kickers here tonight. And yeah, I think while we were starting to really make fun of these kickers, I think you really just need to look at where the games are played. If you're going to play kickers a little bit, right? I think we're seeing, as the season has gone along, yes, the kickers are having maybe more problems, and as it gets colder, the ball gets harder, whatever happens, you guys have to tell me the dynamics of it. But Gravy says the Bengals here. This is what I feel like of the situation, right? And again, here's Nuke says, gun to my head, I'd pick the How about gun to my head, I'll take the gun. Thank you. All right. R. Thompson is on the over here in this one. How about Higgy for an ATD here tonight? And we got some other plays here. So I think I've got the up arrow on everything pretty much with the Bengals on Joey B. I think the running game can be strong here tonight with Brown. With Chase Brown, he looks seemingly better every week here, it feels like. And I do think I like T. Higgins over Jamar Chase a little bit. If I'm weighing the two and the prices and the targets here a little bit, I think I would prefer Higgins props over playing the Jamar Chase props tonight. But they might need them all here if they're going to cover this number. Aaron 007 is here. Thank you, Aaron. He's on the Cowboys. That's okay. We're going against one another. I'm appreciative of you typing in the chat here on our slow day. I think that's really cool, Aaron. I think maybe he's been in here before, but not a frequent commenter with the chat all-star. So thank you, Aaron 007 here. So, all right, Higgy first TD and 9 is at 9.5 to 1 there. Is that right? And let's see here. Also, any more comments on this game? I feel like we don't want to let it go here because of our schedule today. All right, you guys are so nice to me here. And just going through the comments. Jover likes over in the football game tonight. And googly-eyed saying, like it, share it, smash it. And otherwise, I might leave this channel and become a TikTok capper. How about that? But actually not. We hear Mikey teasing some of the things, and you're going to get more from me here with the Sports Money Network. Yeah, I go on some of these other channels a little bit, and I'm a big attention whore. Look at me. But this is our channel right here, the Sports Money Network, and just wanted to take an opportunity right now to congratulate Mikey Money and the rest of the guys here as we reached 1,000 subscribers here. Now, my first day here on this channel was the first day of the NFL season. We're right here at December the 9th right now. We just went over 1,000 subscribers here this past weekend. I think it was just right before the UFC, I think is when it was, or whatever. Did my balloons go off? I was looking down. There we go. There we go. So really proud of that, and we're going to bring additional types of content here that maybe showcases me a little bit, but the other guys too. We're going to have little platform, increase the media, increase the platform that we have here moving forward. Everybody's been really Mikey's got the awesome gear on. We know we're going to have gear with the awesome lion logo that I love. The only reason I came over here, not that Mike and the guys are awesome cappers, but I just love the logo. There it is, right there. Whoop. There. All right. So, okay, let's see here. Daniel, right? I don't even know how to TikTok, and maybe I'm missing out. Maybe my picks would have gone viral as good as they were yesterday. Here, but right, Justin, why don't they? Can you do this one? How about this one? Wait. Oh. All right. I'm taking the Bengals, you guys, and that's it for Monday Night Football. Watch, don't forget, so on Disney Plus and ESPN Plus will be the Simpsons version. It'll be animated, and it'll be right in tune with the game. So I don't know if you like that or if it's cool. Handicappers that I follow, like I said, they do favor the Cowboys by a slight margin, I would say, right now, maybe a 2-1 margin. That's not slight necessarily, but they do prefer the over pretty heavily here, maybe by more than a 2-1 margin in this one. I'll take the Bengals as my play here on the show. And hey, please subscribe to my picks tonight. I'm hot. And I don't know if anybody, I don't know how many of the subscribers we have in the chat, but if you do subscribe, I kind of tack on some extra days on there because I'm so appreciative and so thankful. Usually if you pick, the longer you pick, then I'll tack on a few days for your generosity. And hey, if I throw in a clunker, I've gone in there and put a few more days on there too. So really just like to have the support. Seeing how many people look at the picks is really what gets me going. They talk about why do you sell your picks? I like people watching me. That's it. I'm an attention whore. All right. That's it for football. Tom Reghard, hello as well. All right, more sports action coming up right now with our lone NBA game of the night with the Knicks taking on the Raptors here on a Monday, our only NBA game here tonight with the Knickerbockers taking on the Raptors here in an Eastern duel. And you got the Knicks here, a road favorite in this one. Big road favorite, actually, here at 6. And look at this total. Pretty high here at 232. But this series has been an over, and you got two teams that, I don't know, think they've been going over here a little bit, it feels like, so far this season. At least the Knickerbockers have been, right? They are 8-4 to the over on the road. And Toronto, they're just an even proposition this season with 12 overs and 12 unders. But at home, they're 8-4 to the over. So that's where they've had higher scoring games at home. Now, 7 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams have gone over. And 5 straight meetings between these two teams here in Toronto have gone over. So does that sway you a little bit here? I don't know if I'm teasing it or trying to put a thought into your head, because I think I'm going to be on the side actually as my pick here on the show, if you know what I mean. So let's see what you have, if anything, here with the Knicks taking on the Raptors tonight in our only NBA game leading in. Maybe you watch the first half of this one leading into Monday Night Football here in this one. Toronto has covered the spread in 6 straight games, win coming off of a loss. Toronto here is on a 2-game losing streak right now. The Knicks were on a winning streak, but they lost at home to Detroit last time out. So let's see what you have here. 7, like I said, these teams have been going over here for sure. And if you guys have it played, let me know here in this one. And right, The Simpsons a little bit different, right? Because Simpsons is kind of adult humor there, right, Morgan? Maybe that would be when you got a library like Disney. Why wouldn't you use Disney a little bit? But you know what? I think it's such a good idea that probably is in the works, especially with Disney. But maybe just for tonight. And I don't know. I'm old enough to remember The Simpsons as the Simpsons appeared. Remember as in cartoon form in old newspaper publications, just before they went totally viral, I guess, or network. And Philly Eagle Flyer talking about Cowboys and over. And Daniel, is it me? Daniel, like, no life, no wife, no girlfriend, no kids, never been married. Ramon Scott married to the game here. And well, I'm on all those dating apps, but under here for Dave. And I think AOD's on the revenge angle here with Barrett. Barrett at home has been very solid, hasn't he? Scotty Barnes with some numbers here for Justin here. Fernando's on the Knicks in this one. Oh, Daniel's in Vegas too. Me too. Yep, I'm in Vegas, Daniel. Yep. I'm south. I'm kind of south. I'm don't want anybody tracking me down, but I'm kind of south there, more towards the South Point. Just a couple of miles. I'm in between the South Point and Green Valley Ranch. So those are the 2 sports books that I go hopefully pick up a little money, go over the South Point, get a few Vienna beef hot dogs at the hot dog cart. I go there. So, I try to go once a week. That, there's a 3 hot dog limit with the hot dog cart at the but when my guy's at it and I go the same day, the same time, so choose the same guy, I can get 6. As long as there's not a big line or anything. I don't force it, but I'll take 6 hot dogs, please. And he lets me do it, even though the maximum is supposed to be 3. I hope he doesn't get in trouble, my hot dog guy there at the hot dog stand. And Terrell says, remember The Simpsons was beating the Cosby Show? That's when we knew Fox Network was for real. Right? And who knew that Bill Cosby, everyone loved Jell-O pudding. They loved Bill Cosby before all the shit went down. And remember the Bill Cosby stand-up? That was one of the best stand-ups, I think, pull my finger. Oh, look at the poo-poo. Look at the poo-poo. Remember the Bill Cosby stand, the famous one that was, we know he was the Cosby Show, and we don't want to, because we don't like Bill anymore. That was not cool, but all right. Lex liked the show last night there. And yeah, maybe I do a little bit. Maybe I am a little bit faking it a little bit on the show for, to rile everybody up a little bit. Hey, we've got some steam that came in, and how about this one? It's in a game next week, but the Buccaneers and my Chargers are taking steam to the over here right now. Our first steam, and figure today with all these games, we're not going to get any steam, but here's some steam with the Buccaneers and the Chargers here today. Over 45 right now. Taking some steam this morning. Also, moments ago, there was some steam on one of our college basketball games, and it was on the under in the ACU and Baylor game. sometimes we'll talk about it a little bit, but sometimes those blowout games can be unders, and that's what we're seeing is some steam coming in here with ACU and Baylor. But I don't know, man. I mean, I know the cappers are talking over here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get off that even with some steam. But ACU and Baylor going under here right now was 143, probably down to 142. We've seen a couple overs from these teams, and we'll try to preview all 5 college games here. I'm taking my time, and we're going to get through the show. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was on the Tracy Ullman show there. Yeah. All right. Terrell likes over in the next game. Nuke does not only does like the NBA, he says the Raptors. We were making fun, right, Nuke, of the Toronto team last night of the WNBA. That's where we got into it a little bit. The guys were talking down on the WNBA, and I was saying, the league itself is actually transitioning. And I don't know if you've seen, I mean, there's also a 3-on-3 league starting in January that all the ladies are going to participate. Not all of them. There's a couple of them that backed out here of the undefeated. No, what is it? There's a league coming up, Unrivaled, I think it's called, a 3-on-3 league with many of the WNBA stars. But I think some of them are starting to back out now here. So Aaron was chasing the steam this morning. I think it's okay to chase some steam here, possibly in this one. All right. Justin says, Justin, the game tonight, you can watch the regular version of the game, but on ESPN Plus and Disney Plus, there'll be a Simpsons version of the game. That's why we couldn't flex out of the Bengals and the Cowboys. Probably would have been a possible flex game. You can flex out of the other games. They just need to give them a week's notice, but there's some extra production. They couldn't flex out of this one because they've spent months working on tonight. So the least we could do is watch maybe there. Bobby Mack ended up coming by. Didn't need to stop by, Robert. Appreciate you so much. Textiles was our winner yesterday, right? Of the consensus parlay. So Dave liked Richard Pryor. I like George Carlin. How about George Carlin, talking about football, right? Come on, George Carlin talking about football, War Memorial Stadium with sharp aerials and bursts and strikes, and in baseball, you want to go home. I'm going to go to the park, and then I'm going to go home. All right. And let's see here, the Toronto tempo. You would never do this one, right, Nuke Worker? But we were talking last night. Said, what could another name be? You know what it really should have been, or I don't know. It's probably too tacky, and maybe it's not a feminine enough name. But you got the Toronto Raptors, right? Maybe even that was kind of a weird choice at the time. But you know how some of the teams in the WNBA and the NBA, they're kind of like the same, right? The theme of the team a little bit in some of these cities, like the Valkyries and the Warriors. They're kind of like a similar team there, right? And you think of some of the other teams in the league, right? Their team name, the Lynx and the Timberwolves, right? It's kind of the same. So you could have the Toronto Pterodactyls, but it probably wouldn't work with a female team. But you got the Raptors, you got the Pterodactyls. Thomas likes the Toronto to cover, and that might be it. All right, Dana says, hope the next round Toronto Tarantulas. And although I think who was it, Jimmy, that said alliteration is lazy there, but at least Toronto Pterodactyls the same as the Raptors in a way. So all right, man, I'm getting hungry now. All right, I'm on the Knicks here today. Let's keep it moving right now. Here, we don't want to. We can say some funny things, have some fun, but if I'm just making shit up, then we're taking too long on this show. All right, Red Wings here. We're going to go into the hockey next. We got the Red Wings opening up here against the Sabres here in this one with the Sabres $1.40 and the total here. Oh, let me make sure of this total actually. I have 6.5 under 20 listed there on the screen, but um, yeah, there's I think more so. I think more so we're seeing this total right now at six, maybe 6 over 20 is a more accurate consensus line here right now, and it might be down to $1.40 or so with the Sabres here at home going up against the Red Wings here in this one. Oh, this series has been kind of an over series. A little bit here in the past, taking a look at some of the numbers between these two. Now, handicappers have kind of been going under here in this game, maybe pushing this one here a little bit to the under, but five straight meetings between these two teams have gone over when the teams have met here in Buffalo. Red Wings have been doing a nice job, hanging in here in the games that they've been underdogs in. I think they've been covering some puck lines, but both teams are in a losing streak here right now. Even the Sabres, even though they've been doing okay, hanging in there when they're a dog. As a favorite, not so much. It feels like they haven't done well covering their puck lines here. 3-8 on the puck line are Buffalo, Detroit 15-7 here on the puck line. But you got to lay a pretty penny to take that goal and a half here today. Buffalo 9-4-2 to the over at home, but Detroit is 8-14 to the under as an underdog. So maybe a little bit of conflicting lines here in this one with these two teams. Let's see if you guys want to play hockey tonight with our 3-game card. Buffalo here going up against Detroit. Looks like maybe we could be seeing a different goalie in here for the Red Wings tonight. There's talk that maybe Sebastian Kosa could appear in this game. The 22-year-old maybe could be in the net here tonight. So we will see, but that is a kind of a factor here in this one. And, a lot of expectations for him. But right now, maybe it's, I have listed on the screen there Husso. So this one might be a little bit tough to give it a go round, but let's see if you guys got a pick here in this one tonight. Go to the chat, see what we got. With Philly Eagle Flyer likes over 5.5. Over 5.5. Also, first period, both teams to score. First period over 1.5. And Tex says, "How about calling the Toronto Baby Bucks?" Okay, and also here the Sabres, a pick here for Kane. Somebody got to win this game. It feels like, right? And I think I'm going to just side with the. Let me see what you guys got. Cash Games is to take the home teams here tonight. And man, we're getting hungry. Robert's on the Red Wings here in this one. Art Thompson's on the Red Wings as well. All right. And Philly Eagle Flyers, Sabres money line, team total over here. Textiles going to lean Kings. I don't know if we have enough games here tonight, Tex. We might just have to take the Wings. I don't think we got on a short card. We got to just take them. We have room to lean here. So. All right, I'll make the call here in this one, and I'm going to go over tonight with the Red Wings and the Sabres. I'll take the over here. Look, maybe I should have left 6.5 under there, and you can grade me at the tougher line, but I think it is mostly 6/20. So maybe call it 6/25, but you can grade me at 6.5 under. I'll try the over here with the Red Wings and the Sabres teams not playing very well. I'll say maybe it comes on the offensive end with Buffalo here at home. All right. Appreciate it, gang. Let's keep going here. Tex says he's going to be on all the teams that are birds there. I guess that means the Red Wings, the Blackhawks, and the Ducks, the road teams. Even though the Red Wings, we know that they're what they have the wing, the wing, the right. That's kind of a bird. So Blackhawks taking on the Rangers here in this one. You got the Rangers 250 in this one. But in the total here about 6. The Blackhawks actually have had some decent numbers here covering some puck lines. Let's see if we got it here. The Rangers have won 7 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams. Of course, the Rangers have been much better than the Blackhawks, and Blackhawks are on a losing streak again right now. But the Blackhawks have covered the puck line in 6 of the last 7 trips here against the Rangers on the road. So kind of interesting there because we know the Rangers have been the Rangers. They've probably been a little, similar to this team here a little bit. The Blackhawks have been bad over these a couple of seasons here for sure. So, but the Blackhawks always seem to hang in this game, it feels like, against the Rangers. So, it's tough when the Blackhawks here struggling right now. But Rangers usually win. They usually win by 1 is what it feels like. These two teams have not met this season. In fact, the 1-goal game last time out was at Chicago, but before that it was 4-1 here last January at home. They also beat Chicago last 2 seasons ago, 7-1. They met just twice last season. So it's kind of a long sample size there. Maybe you could throw that one out. But can the Rangers get a puck line here today against the Blackhawks? I'm going to do it on the show. I'm going to take the Rangers to get a puck line victory here tonight in this one. These two teams have shown some overs here. 4 out of the last 5 times these two teams have met. It's gone over the total, as I just mentioned, 4-3, 4-1, 7-1, 5-2, 6-2 in those last 5 meetings. So see what you guys want to do here in this one, if anything, with this big spread. But I might try to play them all tonight on the short card. Don't want to give too many units back from yesterday, but see what you got here right now. If you got a pick, let me know. All right. And Elliot. Oh, thanks, Elliot. That's awesome. Yeah, for whatever some reason, the hockey picks have been strong here. I'm seeing it well. Elliot, thank you for being a supporter. We've had a good week, no doubt. I want to say it. I want to say it was 6 out of 7. It might have been 5 out of 7. There was one day where I finished in the plus. It might have been Tuesday. They always say keep your records. The records are out there as far as like the picks are there. I'm looking for someone to keep records for me, if you know what I mean. I want to be as transparent as possible, but I'm picking a lot of games, and that's what I do. I play the landscape. I don't worry too much about, like I said, you can, if you're playing a short card, you can have a losing streak that could be detrimental, but I'm going to keep firing, especially on a day like today. I might be in every game. Art Thompson's on the under here. Robert likes the over here in this one. And Cash Kane likes the over as well. Texas says they bounce back here in this one. And I think that's going to do it in this game. I'll go ahead and take the Rangers here on the puck line in this one. All right, one more, and it's between 2 of my favorite teams here, certainly. Maybe the Kings and the Canadians are my top 2 teams, but I do like the Ducks as well. We used to go to Ducks games all the time. And, also it's the affiliate. Their affiliate, the San Diego Gulls, one of my favorites, covered the Gulls for years. Remember, Dave, your dad used to send me to those Gulls games back in the day to cover it for the newspaper. That's how old I am. But with the old San Diego Sports Arena, it still stands. All right, we got the Ducks and Gibby, got the Canadians and Montembeau here tonight is our last game on the ice.
Steam play.
We got some steam to save the day here a little bit. Makes it seem like we're important. The steam is coming in right now on the Baylor Bears. Well, we talked about the steam. The only game it came in on was that Abilene Christian Baylor game, it feels like. I think that's been the only steam I've seen on this card here for the most part. And, well, now the side is getting steamed on the Baylor Bears, and why not? I mean, I think that's probably a pretty solid move here, actually. It was 22 here, maybe 22 and a half. It looks like we're going to 23 and a half or so. We're going to be Baylor here, maybe a runaway favorite here in this one. So just some steam to report here on the morning steam. I guess we're getting lucky to have a little bit of a steam move come in for us here on the show with such a small card today. Like I said, we're almost done with the show, and I've been here still the regular amount of time. I've been talking so much nonsense with you guys. Here comes some of the plays, though, on the Ducks game here with, and let's see, Elliott says, hey, look at this. He says the ECU is going to play NC State in the Military Bowl. He's going to the game, and go Pirates, and it's on, well, it's on my birthday. So, Elliott, I'll come out there. Let's go. I'll go to the game. I remember the Gator Bowl was always on the only bowl game on my birthday. Was it the Gator Bowl? I'm trying to remember. All right, here's Philly Eagle Flyer, Ducks, team total under. Habs on the money line to the puck line, team total over. Our Tomps is on the Ducks here today. Take the Ducks, our Tomp says. What did I say? Oh, Montreal has covered the spread in 4 of the last 5 covered the puck line in 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams. Both teams here with 10 wins on the season. Montreal also 6-2 on the puck line here at home. They haven't always been favored. This has been kind of an even matchup, it feels like, for the most part, but this is the first matchup here between the two teams so far this season. And let's see what we got here. Any others, you guys? Here's Andrew, wants a full game under in this matchup. And let's see here. Cash Kane says Canadians in this one lay the puck and a half. Ducks and under here for Ron. And Joe W. here today. How about it? Robert likes Montreal here to cover it. And I think it is a little bit higher than $1.40 now. No, it's still $1.40 or so, it feels like, here in this one. And, Morgan talking about Coach Drew there a little bit. Saying maybe it's getting a little bit too high. Textiles on the Ducks. Elliott's on the Ducks here as well. All right, I think that's going to do. Oh, maybe I should make a pick in the game here right now. I'm going to take a little peek at the market action here in this one. Boy.
System play.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the under in this one as my play here on the show with the Ducks and the Canadians. Under is my play tonight. All right. The Ducks get 3 and shut down the Habs at home. I'm going to wrap it up. Daniels on the Ducks. That's it for the NHL. How about it? We've got 5 games in college basketball. Can't think of a better time to look at all 5 games. And right now, preview the whole college basketball, or at least make some picks here. Show's almost over. We got no consensus plays. That's okay. Let's take a look at college basketball here tonight. We got conference action here with Minnesota and Indiana. How about looked at some of the ticket prices for the opening round of the college football playoffs with the 4 home teams, and man, Indiana and Notre Dame's got the highest ticket by far of any of the games, whereas some of the other games, some of the best seats are maybe as high as $700 or $800. Seems like even the get-in ticket is 4 digits. It seems like in that Indiana Notre Dame game, they might have the committee might have put their own spin on it or whatever, but that is a hot ticket, Indiana and Notre Dame. I mean, obviously with the 2 teams from Indiana, but they got quite a gate. All right, let's get into this one, though, with Minnesota taking on the Hoosiers here. The Hoosiers have had the best of this series here for sure, but they're still going to have to lay, 10 points tonight, it feels like here. Total's gone down a little bit here to 139, it feels like, but this one's been an over series for the most part. 6 of the last 9 meetings between the 2 teams here in Bloomington have gone over here. Indiana's covered 5 straight meetings at home between these 2 teams, with Minnesota coming in here in this one. So it makes me want to kind of lean a little bit towards Indiana. I think I'll probably take them here as my show pick, laying the big price. You got to lay some, double digits, so maybe not the most comfortable, but hey, with only 5 games and I'm looking to play them all here, and maybe I like the total here in this one. But I think the Hoosiers do have some pretty big edges here, personnel-wise, and you have a Minnesota team that is 1-7-2 against the spread so far this season. Indiana 5-3 against the spread as a favorite, so I'll just lay 10 points with Indiana at home in this one. Let's see if you guys want to play it. Looking for a consensus play, but might not get there today. And we got Justin going against me here, and so is Fernando. They like the points with Minnesota here in this one. And you got Morgan here taking a little flyer on South Carolina State. I'll probably have a pick here in just a moment. R. Tomps likes the over here in this one. And if anything, but Robert likes the under here. And let's see, Cash Kane likes Indiana on the spread here in this one. Also, I think that's it. And I will take Indiana as my play here on the Morning Steam Show. Next up, going to go to Penn, taking on VCU. In this one, you've got, VCU, a huge favorite here, going up against Penn. And let's see what the current number is here right now with VCU 22.5 and the total 135.5. VCU's won a couple of games in a row here right now with wins over Georgia Southern and Miami. They covered the spread in those. Pennsylvania is just 1-8 against the spread so far this season. VCU is 5-2 against the spread here as a home favorite, so they've been getting the numbers, but man, this one's pretty high against an Ivy League team here in this one. But man, it does seem kind of I don't know. Maybe they can get here. This A10 teams do give Penn a pretty hard time so far. It's just such a big number to lay, it feels like, here in this one. But we'll see. Penn not very good. Also 0-3 against the spread on the road here. And hey, got to pick one team or the other. So I'll just try to lay 22 points here with 22.5 with VCU. What am I going to do? There's only 5 games, and I want to play them here on the show. So let's see what you got. If anything, Justin's going to lay it with me. How about that? And also, Cash Kane says, take the points here. Super True Story liking the under here in this one. But, hey, Super True, I got to save some for the premiums here. If I'm on a roll and I want people to sign up and get all my good plays, these are good plays too. And we're just We don't have enough games. Cash Kane's going to lay it with Baylor here. Want to say good morning and hello to Keith from the Each and Every Stride channel. How about it, Keith? I didn't know you could start your. What am I doing here with Mikey Money? I could have just started my own channel like Keith. How about the Ramones? Well, I guess I do kind of have my own channels, don't I? But I do love having the support of other guys like Keith and the guys, and we're gonna have more content here. But that's how unless you're really, I don't know, incredibly handsome maybe, or controversial, how was I ever going to go viral and get enough attention to get 75 of you in here watching me on a game where we basically have no sports? So I like having a little team behind me, if you know what I mean. And glad you're part of the team here, Keith, and glad you're having your own channel there. So I think that's really cool. And like I said, you're going to see more of Keith and I on. Keith's going to be doing a lot of horse racing content. I'm going to be begging to join him here as he goes big time. Like I said, I only do the $1 million races. Thank you, Keith. Robert went with the over there. In that one, our Thompson's on the over there as well. And let's see here. See James, like and subscribe. All right, there in the VCU game. I took VCU. We got more games in college basketball. We got talking about every one. You guys already had a pick in this one. We're so desperate for games. Maybe we'll bet on video games today. I don't know what else we could do. Stock market's going okay, except my biggest position just tanked 5%. I tell you, I've had the run. Obviously, we know the run has been really great, but I've been on a hot one with Axon, the company that makes the little police. When you watch those police videos, it says Axon. Take a look at that stock and what it's done. I'm pretty sure it's outperformed even this big move that the market has had since the election, but it just tanked 5% today. And I'd made so much on it. I had been contemplating reducing the position, but it was just such an outrageous gainer. I'm just like, I'll just still roll with this Axon. It's not going to go down 5% on a day when the market's having a big day, but it just did. So, but I don't know. Take a look at that one, Axon. I'm a retail investor, they call me, but I can't get enough of the old Robinhood. Now they got it on screen, the legacy, and I'm playing with all kinds of things. I don't know what I'm doing, but no, even a dummy would make money, it feels like, in this market over the last couple of months and year or two. All right. Here, okay, Charleston Southern and South Carolina State. In this one, you've got SC State here, favored by 1.5, and the total at 144. 144 or so in this one, and not gonna bring it down too much here today, but I do have the under as my play. Just looking at my figures and where we stand with this game, I am gonna take the under here with these two teams. I saw you guys. Someone had South Carolina State, and look, they did have. Let's see what they did here. 3 straight losses, but they did cover the spread against Samford, against Xavier. They failed against Marshall. They did cover against Indianapolis and against Alabama A&M. Charleston Southern is 4-6 against the spread overall right now. So maybe South Carolina State, as you mentioned it, I mean, they are 2-0 against the spread as a favorite here. So I kind of like that too, but I'm going to end up on the under as my play in the game with Charleston Southern and South Carolina State. Yeah, they're pretty nondescript. Charleston Southern 6-4 to the over. South Carolina State 3-5 to the under. I'm going to do the under though. I'm going to do the under. That's sports betting talk. All right. Let's just lay the points and go get some McMuffins here right now. Lay it with South Carolina State, says Cash Kane. Easy cover tonight with. I want to say hello to Henry Moon. We've got him talking here a little bit of on our slow day here, how about it? I don't know if he's talking Dogecoin or if he's talking Shiba Inu, but I think the Doge, right? Even I had to take a little gamble that maybe I don't know, could there be a little bit of confusion with the Department of Government Efficiency and the Dogecoin that could possibly make the Dogecoin kind of go up a little bit, kind of a little bit of inflating here by Elon Musk, who obviously likes the Dogecoin very much, and he kind of forced that name in there on the Department of Government Efficiency. And of course, Trump's going to go for an acronym there. I watched the interview with NBC with Meet the Press. I thought he came off looking pretty good, actually, in that. So, all right, Charleston. Let's see here. Charleston Southern on top of the world with those games. And yeah, we've seen those big numbers from Charleston Southern also, maybe a little bit, right, with some of those scores there. But they lost that one to Davidson. They did cover. And obviously, the upset win over Miami as a 23-point dog, being one of the biggest upsets of the year. Actually, one of the biggest upsets in years, quite frankly. But we know now Miami probably not all that. That's it for you guys on this game. Couple more here. How about Hofstra taking on Norfolk State in this one? You got Norfolk State, a 3-point favorite. They come in 6-3. Hofstra comes in 7-3 here in this one. So you have a Hofstra team that has gone under in 5 of their 6 road games so far this season, while Norfolk did go over in their only home game. Both teams have been solid covers. Norfolk 6-1 against the spread so far, playing those road games that they do here, but maybe an interesting situation here for Norfolk. They beat Stony last time out, got the money. They who they play? I think they beat Davis, right? 76-55. They did lose to Grand Canyon on that West Coast trip. They got beat by Stanford. They covered against Grand Canyon. They covered against Stanford. They won and covered against Hampton. Norfolk's had a pretty good run here right now, but also Hofstra done okay, certainly, with their road games, 4-2 against the spread on the road. Still have Norfolk favored here in this one. Kind of peculiar. Let's see if you guys like this one here today. We don't have many games, so just looking for some action here, it feels like, tonight. You got anything here in this one with Norfolk State going up against Hofstra? I'm looking at some of the action here, and let me see and what you guys have in this. Whoops. If anything, did I give you anything to work with? Hey, thank you from Patrick McDonough going with some action for us in Eredivisie here today. Thank you. Yeah, I think we got some other action, right? What else was going on there? Oh, Eredivisie. Yeah, I got to get my pronunciations right, league straight there a little bit. Let's see what Terrell said. I got Morgan here. Let's see. Same thing happened with Manhattan after they beat St. Peter's, lost to Marist. Okay, gotcha. Robert likes Hofstra here. Here's an under for Cash Kane. Thank you, Nuke. Bye-bye. Thank you, Daniel. Going to go work on his gut busters there, I think, with his breakfast. He's giving us some advice there. You know what? I don't know how I do it, and I feel pretty good working on getting close to this 56. Hey, if I don't show up for these shows, call the authorities, because I'm going to try to be here every day. If I don't make it, something's going on. All right. And Hofstra here and Norfolk here tonight. I'll go ahead and lay it with Norfolk. That's a pretty solid spread number. Maybe they can get a number. Usually in these games, I don't really trust them to get a number. When you got the effective when these teams are playing really, really effective, Hofstra's been going under big time. I'll let you guys might know that already. I don't know if that's going to, I might have a premium. So I'm going to go with Norfolk here as my play. Thank you. Sports money is money, says Sancho today. And thanks a lot, you guys. I got one more, I think, here. Abilene Christian and Baylor. We already talked about it. Baylor and the Steam. Baylor was the Steam. Under was the Steam. Nobody necessarily wants to. Maybe you guys said Abilene maybe has a little bit of a okay team here. Maybe they can hang in against Baylor. Maybe Coach Drew is going to be considerate of a team like Abilene Christian coming in here. And Abilene's won a couple of games too here, right? They beat New Mexico State. They beat Omaha. They crushed Omaha here, but I don't know. I might be steam chasing here a little bit. It feels like in this one. I'm gonna go ahead and lay it with Baylor and lay 24 points or whatever it is. And I respect what you guys are saying here about Abilene Christian, and they definitely have covered a few games here, no doubt. They also covered against, they won and covered against Southern Miss, so they've done a real nice job. Now Baylor, we know they've had a tough schedule. Lost to Connecticut. We said, Connecticut might be a team that's going to be coming back here a little bit. They did not cover 38 points against New Orleans. They lost to Tennessee as a dog. They did not cover against St. John's in that 1-point game, 99-98, and they walloped Tarleton 104-41, so they didn't do that Texas team any favors. I'll try Baylor. I think you guys might be favoring ACU a little bit, but this card's a little bit weird, and I'm just making some plays here. And Justin says, take Baylor. All right. And we do our own policing, says Justin. And Baylor wasn't kind to Sam either, huh? R. Thompson's on Baylor. I'll take Baylor because we need to play these games and we need some premiums too, don't we, Robert? See you over on the premium side. And here's Baylor VCU parlay on a light day, says super true story. And Baylor mad over that Connecticut loss. Look, like I said yesterday, because we had, Connecticut in that game last night against Texas. I also bet the over in that game. That probably could have been a premium too, actually. I didn't make a premium in the game. We gave out Connecticut here on the show. But like I said, don't be counting out Connecticut here, even if I'm been down on Coach right now and he looks like a fool, always whining and everything. Still get some pretty top talent, every year. So all right. I think that is the show over. Oh my God, the show's over. And I had 75 of you stick with me here all the way through. And of course, we didn't have any consensus picks here today. So let's just make our own consensus play today. In fact, what it's going to be, let me see here. I'm going to play here. Let me see what we got. It might be just my plays, I think, in this one. So we're going to make it we're going to do 2 drawings today, and I'm going to take a chance on you guys. One of them will be all 5 of my plays in the college basketball, and the other one will be the other 5 plays will be the NFL, NHL, and NBA pro sports parlay. So 2 5-teamers. We're going to draw it right now. If you want to be interested in one of these 2 drawings, go ahead and type anything into the chat right now. And if you remember what my plays were, gotcha. You're going to be eligible for this consensus parlay here right now. As soon as we started talking about the cryptos, they've been tanking here over the last 15 minutes now. It's obviously us. All right, I'm going to go do the commercial here real quick. If you want to be interested in any of these chats here, T. Moss as well. D Money, hello. Nice to have you. And Morgan says, watch out for Baylor today. They might be having to rest some guys. They might have some injuries here that maybe they'll be a little bit thin, but it is up to 24 now for some reason. So, pardon me, gang, trying not to make this my last show. The only guy I'd really be worried about out of that group is probably Edgecombe, actually. So, here we go. I'm going to do my commercial here real quick. And you can get my picks for tonight.
Steam play.
Hey, that's the Buffalo Bills taking some steam here next week on our last steam play of the show. Let's call it out here real quick. We're seeing some steam right now on the Buffalo Bills in their game next week against the Detroit Lions. They are getting 2.5, but this one's probably going to go down to 2, maybe even 1.5 here right now with the Buffalo Bills taking the steam in that big game next week. Could it be a Super Bowl preview when the Bills take on the Lions on Sunday? A big 5 games in the 4 o'clock Eastern window there next week. We're through the buys here a little bit, so now we're going to get some hot cards next week. All right, you can get my best picks over at winnable.com. I have plays every day. I went 13-4-1 yesterday. You can just sign up and see the plays. I don't edit them or no reason for me to do that. I've got plenty of subscribers now from the folks here. It's so inexpensive that have certainly a few dozen who've joined me here, and actually well over 100 plus subscribing to those free picks as well. So please join me over at winnable.com. Get my best picks here every day for just $20 a month, 67 cents a day, 50 cents a day when you use the promo code STEAM. Come on here, give you a play in each and every game, but I've actually saved my best picks here at Winnable. I'll probably go heavy. I might be on every game today with the premiums. Just have more time. It's like, why is it on a Saturday that I can only, get out on a college basketball card with 130 games and I can only come up with, 8 plays? Well, you have to look in depth to get a premium. Yeah, I play a lot of games. I give out a lot of games using my numbers, using a little bit of market handicap, whatever I feel, right, to a certain extent. But to get to the premiums, you really got to cross the T's, dot the I's. So, on a typical day, though, I'm good for anywhere from 5, 7, 10 plays, maybe 20 on a huge basketball card on those weekends. So you get your money's worth. I think you know what I'm on, and helps you get through the day a little bit with a little extra action. If you're not sure what you're doing on a game, you might say, what's Ramon on? Check it out on the app. So please support me here on the channel by subscribing to my best plays over at winnable.com. And again, we're user supported over here. So all right. Thank you, Curtis. Thank you, everybody. Let's do the little drawings. I'm going to go 2 drawings. Like I said, one is a college drawing and one's a pro drawing, and I hope we win. And I'm going to put my money in here because, hey, like I said, we've already had a pretty decent day. Hopefully these market numbers will hold up. It's starting to tank here a little bit, but here we go. We're going to do 2 drawings. Good luck to you guys. And I'll just pick up the tab today. Even though we had no consensus, we have 45 of you eligible here. This will be for the pro sports one. It'll be the Bengals, the over in the Red Wings Sabres, Rangers on the puck line, Ducks Canadians under, and the New York Knicks minus the points. Here we go. 5-teamer for someone, 20-1 approximately. Joe, Nuke, Gray, Gravy, Patrick, Trap, AOD, Thomas, AOD, Patrick, Henry, Ron Young. Thank you for popping into the chat every day and kind of just saying hi, maybe give a few picks. Ron Young gets the pro 5-teamer here today. I put in 1 penny for each YouTube view. right before the game. So we're starting the schedule here in the pros at 7 Eastern. So how many ever views this show has at about 6:55 Eastern? I would imagine today it might be a couple hundred, 200 or 300. If it gets to 300, I'll put in a 3-teamer. Hey, 3-teamer at 20 to 1. Let's get Ron somewhere close to $60, about $50 to $60 if we can get a couple hundred views and we hit the 5-teamer for Ron. You got it, Ron. Make sure you have Cash App, Venmo, Zelle. What other one do I do? Cash App, Venmo, Zelle. What is it, you guys? Can't even think of it right. Some other payment processing there that I use to send you money. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. So, all right, Ron Young. Here we go now. This is for the college one. Up next will be, and Ron can't win again. If you can win again tomorrow or the next day or the next day. You can win every day, but not 2 in the same day. Okay, so this will be for the college parlay with Indiana, VCU, Baylor. Good luck to you. You're already laying 55 points. Somehow I did that. And also under in Charleston, Southern South Carolina State, and Norfolk. Let's go. Good luck to this next winner of a 5-team parlay. Compliments of me with my whopping 1 penny per view. Here we go. Henry, Dabby, Nuke, Jermaine, Googly-Eyed, Patrick, D-Money, Gravy, Trap God, Jermaine, and it's my buddy Dave. Dave is eligible for the 5-team college today. So Dave can win, $55, maybe $60 here. You know Dave, he doesn't need the money, but it's all about the winning. And Dave gets a chance. There's my man, Dave Dickens. Hopefully you've caught up. Dave and I, out of everybody here in the chat, only one of you has a show with Ramon Scott that, you're the star of the show, Dave Dickens, and I'm the co-star there. But nobody else, I don't think anybody else in this chat has a show with me other than Dave Dickens. So if you want to do a show with me, let me know. We might just do it. We might have a show where we do one of those watch-along shows. So congratulations to Dave, and I hope I get to send you. You've done, Dave, quite honestly, I owe you thousands and thousands of dollars for everything you've done for me. But I think it's fun to make Dave the winner here today. So it was random. I'm just saying it like I chose it. But all right. I think that's going to do it for the show. Thanks a lot, everybody, for sticking around for 2 hours. Man, we only had 10 games, and we spent 2 hours on it. Ready, Samedi, hello. Thank you, everybody. And, of course, there's Ron there. Cool. Thanks, everybody. We'll catch you tomorrow. More Morning Steam, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. Make sure you join Mikey Money today here with pre-gaming at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific. Get you ready for the primetime action. He might preview every game today as well. So catch you tomorrow. We'll have a much better, more interesting card tomorrow. Don't forget, we got the NBA Cup tomorrow with those quarterfinals. So we got something to look forward to there. And I think that's it. I just love having you here. 60 of you here still hanging out. We got basically no sports. So thanks, everybody. We'll catch you here tomorrow with more Morning Steam. For the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
Steam, it's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money back with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the Morning Steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money.